Hey guys, man, it has been an amazing year in 2016 at Vaughn Forest Church. These last several months, we've seen God do incredible things. The lives that have been changed and the growth we have seen has blown my mind. I am just so excited about what the Lord is doing, and I truly believe that we're just at the beginning of all that God is going to do here at Vaughn Forest. Now, a few months back, as I began to pray about how do we as a church go to the next level, God really began to put on my heart and our leadership's hearts the Elevate Project, which I'm really excited to share with you today. Now, just to kind of open up with you in this video, I want to share the three major components, and throughout the video, I'll kind of break down those a little bit more. The first element or component of the Elevate Project is for us to expand our global impact and to start a church planting residency. It's going to be amazing. You'll find more details on that as you look at the material. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to repurpose a lot of our space. We have an incredible facility and property here at Vaughn Forest worth of about $27 million. But we do have rooms that are not really useful to us anymore. We want to repurpose those rooms so that they can be more effective at discipling and reaching children and also students. So we're really excited about that. The third element is to accelerate our debt reduction. Anytime you can accelerate your debt, it frees up more of, over time, more of your budget for ministry and mission. And so that's a big part of this project as well. I'm going to take you guys on a tour to talk about repurposing some of the rooms. Now, to be clear, we're not taking out any loans for the Elevate Project. We will only spend the money as it comes in over the 3 years of the project. You guys come with me as we go on the tour. So now I'm in our second floor kids area that we call the Clubhouse. This is one of the rooms that we're going to repurpose. We have over 170 kids, sometimes almost up to 200 kids in here every Sunday having a worship service. And right now, the technology is pretty old and not very effective. And we want to repurpose this and really make this room top notch so that we can really create an environment to engage children, to reach them. It's going to be amazing. And so a lot of the project, you're going to see a picture in a minute of some of the things we're going to be doing. It's just an example. It won't look exactly like that, but of some of the things we're going to be doing because we're passionate about reaching children. And so this is one example of some of the things we're going to be doing in the Elevate Project. Well, as we continue our tour, this is now the room that I'm in is on the third floor. This room used to be our student ministry area a few years ago, and it's pretty much been empty and stripped of all the gear and the technology that students are now using down in the warehouse and that other ministries tap into when they use that area as well. And so what we really want to do with this room is turn this room into an older children's ministry area for their Sunday morning worship and midweek stuff that they do. As I said, the technology is pretty much ripped out. It needs to be painted. A lot of things need to be done, but this is part of what we're going to do. We really believe that we can take this room, which will be renamed the Treetop, into an incredible space for kids ministry to help us reach a lot more children and many more families. So I'm really excited about what God's going to do up here through this room, through the Elevate Project. Well, now I'm in our room that we refer to as the Fellowship Center. This room actually was the very first auditorium or worship center that we had here at Vaughn Forest 20 years ago. And it was a great room, and it still is a great room, but it has the same technology and equipment from 20 years ago. And right now our Hispanic service is in here every Sunday. And we also want to remodel this room and update the technology for multiple reasons, because we use this room a lot as a church for a lot of different reasons, but also our vision for this room is for our student ministry to move into this room for their Wednesday gathering. Every Wednesday night for them to have their service in here. What that does is that frees up our warehouse on Wednesday night for children's ministry at midweek activities and student ministry for them to share that for different activities that they do. But the thing I'm really excited about is right over here is our office suite. And there's a hallway that divides our office suite from this facility. What we want to do is we want to go into our office suite, knock down some of the walls, and repurpose our office suite into a student fellowship, kind of student center hangout area. It's going to have pool table, ping pong, couches, cafe, hangout space. All of our church will be able to utilize it, but really for student ministry, and here's the reason why. We know that long term, as a larger church, we need to have middle school and high school separate. And what we want to do is, over time, as we continue to grow, we want to have a middle school worship service on Wednesday night happening in here while our high schoolers are in there hanging out, fellowship. And then when this service is over, they can rotate so that we can really create environments. Because when you take a sixth grade guy or girl and a senior in high school, such a huge gap. And we want to close that gap so that we can more strategically minister to those generations. We'll relocate our offices upstairs where they were going to be above the auditorium anyway. It's going to be amazing. I'm really excited to see how this will impact more families and more students in our community. Well, of course, now it's obvious I'm in our auditorium that we meet in every Sunday. And this auditorium was built 6 years ago, and a lot of our technology in here has about a 10-year lifespan, sometimes less than that. And so we're trying to prepare. So later on in the Elevate project, we'll be doing some work in here that we're really excited about. Some with our sound system, some that you'll never see, but you'll notice and how it sounds. But then also, I'm really excited. We're going to upgrade some of our visual stuff with adding a center screen so that you can see clearly the words and everything that's happening from all angles in the room. Right now, with the way our screens are, there are certain areas it's really difficult to have a great shot. And so we're going to be adding that. We're going to be doing a lot of other little things that are really going to take our area to the next level. We want to add out into the pathway where you can see the service going on out there. We want to add a nursing mother's room. We want to add a lot of different things that we're going to be working on through the Elevate project. It's going to be incredible. It's going to be exciting. And so I'm really excited about what God's going to do in here to help us reach more adults through the Elevate project. Well, as I mentioned at the beginning, one of our big aspects of the Elevate project is to expand our influence around the world and also to start the church planting residency. I'm really excited because we're going to be starting work in the Middle East. I'm actually going to be going to the Middle East. It'll be men only this March. So if you want to go, make sure that you do that. But that's one of the things that we're going to be doing. It's going to be an awesome thing to partner with some other churches there in the Middle East, and the work that God's doing there is unreal. Also, one of our goals for global efforts is to subsidize our members' trips. So we want to send at least 200 people overseas the next 3 years. So if that's you, get ready, let's go. Just this next year alone, it looks like we're going to have 6 global mission trips. That's going to be amazing. And then finally, our church planting residency. We're going to bring in one church planter a year to be here with their family for about 10 months to be part of our family so that they can go through training, so that they can raise the necessary funds that they need from other churches. We'll also be part of that, and from other people, to go out and to plant churches across North America. It is going to be amazing to see how God uses that to multiply His kingdom. Hopefully you've gotten a grasp of some of the major components of the Elevate project. Just to kind of go back through everything, as you've heard, the 3 major components of the Elevate project are: number 1, to expand our mission efforts and church planting around the world and here in North America, to repurpose some of our space here on our property, and lastly, to accelerate our debt reduction. Now, to be clear again, we're not taking out any loans. We'll only spend the money as it comes in. This is a 3-year project, so we're going to be asking everybody to make equal sacrifice above your tithes and offerings, to make a 3-year commitment to the Elevate project. This is going to be an incredible journey. Well, there's a lot of things to the Elevate project, and it's going to take all of us getting on board to see how God will do an incredible work. I believe that Elevate is the thing to help us go to the next level, and I hope that you will begin praying about this upcoming journey together as we all make a sacrifice for the Lord.